हथियार उठाए बिना धरती की कोई कौम ना तो बच सकती है और ना ही कभी बचेगी।
मेरे सनातन धर्म पर, मेरे हिंदुत्व पर अगर खतरा बन के मंडराएगा या आएगा तो मैं कुछ भी नहीं सोचूंगी। भले ही मुझे गोडसे की तरह कलंकित क्यों ना कर दो, मगर मैं शस्त्र उठाऊंगी और अपने सनातन धर्म और हिंदुत्व को बचाऊंगी। इस सनातन धर्म की रक्षा को सैनिक ही बनना पड़ेगा। कॉपी किताबों को रख दो और हाथ में शस्त्र उठा लो।
It's not the first time when there has been a call for violence against Muslims or group killing of Muslims. On as many as 4 or 5 occasions in the past 2 years, people associated with Suresh Chavhanke, Narsinghanand, and the same group of Hindutva extremists have called for violence against Muslims. But there's little action against these people, and the police is treating them with kid gloves. We do not know what's next to come, but here's how we can combat this and what we should do as journalists and as citizens. I think it's very important to record this hatred. It's very important to tell the people that this is happening around them. And you need to put these videos online. You need to cover them as journalists. You need to keep talking about it, because ultimately, people who are not informed about their society will not make any change. It's people who are informed about their society, who know that something such an alarming genocide is just brewing in their backyard. Only they will react to it, and only they can make a change. It is also important that this is broadcasted to as many people as possible, especially Hindus. They need to know that this is happening against Muslims and Christians in this country, and it is happening in their name, in the name of their religion. The media which is not ready to tell this to Hindus must not watch that media. Every journalist who's carrying this information, broadcasting this information, they should continue their work, and they should force the mainstream media also to cover these stories and to make sure that these people get ample coverage, and the state is forced to act against them. Also, it is very important for the audience to be conscious of their media choices. You need to watch channels, read reports that are reporting about it, that are talking about this violence, that are not talking about a utopian society. This is the society that we live in. So to be an informed audience and citizens, it is important that we watch, read the media which is talking about issues like these. Some people may call them fringe, but had they been fringe, the government would have acted against them. These are people whom you see interacting with the top leaders of the Bharatiya Janata Party, whom you see the Chief Minister of Uttarakhand touching their feet. So you need to know that these are very influential people. They have a massive reach. They reach millions and millions of people through their WhatsApp, Telegram, and Facebook networks. So it is important to alert people, alert the government, alert Hindus especially, that this violence, if it starts, it is impossible to stop it. So this violence can only be stopped before it starts. We saw this before the Delhi riots, when the same set of people, when the same set of extremists delivered speeches, and the people, their audience, they participated in the violence. This was covered in our documentary. So it is very important to not take these calls for violence as hollow pre-electoral dog whistles. This is not a dog whistle. This is a criminal call, and it should be treated as such. I think that a lot of Hindus in this country are being deprived of this information. It's not that there are very few good people left in this country. It's that the media is not able to reach to them. So we need to think about the reach. We need to think about reaching to as many people as possible, and to make people aware about the violence which is happening around them and in their name. Some people, their argument after every act of violence against Muslims or Christians is that this is happening because of elections. Even if we agree with their point of view, and I partly agree with them, so even if this is happening because of elections, should we keep quiet? Should we ignore it? Or what should we do? The only thing that we can do is that this should not happen because of elections. We have elections every 2 months in India. So just because of that, can we let our minorities, can we let Christians and Muslims be beaten, heckled around, and treated as second-class citizens because we have elections? What kind of a democracy has elections like that, where minorities are, their lives are put on the line because there is an election in the country? So this argument needs to be expanded. It needs to be debated. And it's very important to know that this is not just happening because of elections. It's also a social project which is trying to change the psyche of the society. And this violence has to be constant, episodic, and every time the violence, the next act of violence is more ghastly, makes you more sick. India is slowly and steadily moving towards a society in which anybody can attack a Muslim.
इस्लाम इस धरती से समाप्त होना चाहिए और ईसाई भी इस धरती से समाप्त होने चाहिए.
The reason why people are reacting so strongly against this recent Dharam Sansad in Haridwar is because there is no pretense. There are no dog whistles. It is a cold-blooded, open call for genocide of Muslims.
ये बिल्कुल विकल्प नहीं है. इसीलिए आपको म्यांमार की तरह यहाँ की पुलिस को, यहाँ के नेताओं को, यहाँ की फौज को, यहाँ के हर हिंदू को अस्त्र उठा करके इस सफाई अभियान को करना पड़ेगा.
You saw as many as 12, 13 priests come on the stage and say kill Muslims in different words without the will to restrain and to use some, metaphorical language or some poetic dog whistles. It's not just top-down violence, it's also bottom-up. The mob would replace you as a leader if you are not enough hateful, enough communal, or anti-Muslim, and it would replace you with a leader who's able to say things more explicitly and spread more violence. What do we do in such a situation? In such a situation, we can only wish for a lot of good people to speak up and to show that there may be a lot of bad people in this country who are forcing you to not let the rule of law prevail. However, we are also there in this country, and we would not let you, vitiate the atmosphere of this country and let minorities be attacked like that. I think a lot of Hindus, they may not choose to react to this violence. They may give the polarization argument or other arguments. When you see churches attacked, when you see people getting lynched, women being auctioned online, what do? Should they keep quiet because of this polarization argument, or should they react? A lot of people need to understand what being a minority also means in this country. They are left with no option other than to resist every day. So you have two options: one, to keep quiet, or other, to join the resistance of the minorities in establishing an equal society where everybody lives with dignity.